Question 1. A long slope is formed in a soil with shear strength parameters cohesion C dash equal to 0 and angle of internal friction, effective angle of internal friction phi dash 34 degrees. A firm stratum lies below the slope and it is assumed that the water table may occasionally rise to the surface with seepage taking place parallel to the slope. Use gamma saturated, that is saturated unit weight of the soil, as 18 kilonewton per cubic meter and unit weight of water gamma W as 10 kilonewton per cubic meter. The maximum slope angle in degrees to ensure a factor of safety of 1.5, assuming a potential failure surface parallel to the slope would be option 1 45.3, option 2 44.7, option 3 12.3 and option 4 11.3. Thus, what we can understand from the numerical, that a long slope is formed means this is an infinite slope. Shear strength parameters are mentioned, C dash equal to 0, that means cohesion is 0, so it is a cohesionless soil, it is purely frictional soil. Effective angle of internal friction is 34 degree. Here it is mentioned that water table may occasionally rise to the surface with seepage taking place parallel to the slope. This means we have to consider seepage will be there and the water table may rise up to the surface. Here saturated unit weight is given 18 kilonewton per cubic meter and unit weight of water is 10 kilonewton per cubic meter. We are required to find out the maximum slope angle when the factor of safety is 1.5. In case of cohesionless soil, factor of safety is written as tan phi upon tan I. This is applicable to an infinite slope. But here the seepage is going to occur parallel to the surface. So also the water table is at the ground surface. Hence, this is further modified as FOS equal to gamma submerged divided by gamma saturated. This way, now the formula is gamma dash upon gamma saturated multiplied by tan phi upon tan I. Here phi would be written tan phi dash. Factor of safety is 1.5. Gamma submerged is gamma saturated minus gamma W divided by gamma saturated multiplied by tan phi dash upon tan I. Phi dash is effective angle of internal friction and I is slope angle. This slope angle we are supposed to find out. Let us substitute the values. So 1.5 equals to gamma saturated, it is given 18, gamma W is given 10 divided by gamma saturated 18 multiplied by tan phi dash, that is tan of 34 degree divided by tan of slope angle I. Thus, solving this, we will be getting the value of slope angle I. Thus, slope angle I comes out to be 11.3 degrees. So, the correct answer is option 4 or option D, that is 11.3 degrees. This is our answer. Question number 2. An infinitely long slope is made up of cohesive frictional soil having the properties cohesion C equals to 20 kilopascal and dry unit weight, that is gamma D, equals to 16 kilonewton per cubic meter. The angle of inclination and critical height of the slope are 40 degrees and 5 meter respectively. To maintain the limiting equilibrium, the angle of internal friction of the soil in degrees is. So here we have to find out angle of internal friction to maintain the limiting equilibrium of the slope. What is the information given? The slope is infinite, made up of cohesive frictional soil. Value of cohesion and value of unit weight in dry stage is given. At the same time, inclination of the slope 40 degree, that is small I or beta, it is mentioned, and critical height 5 meter is given. Here this critical height implies that factor of safety for the stability of the slope should be taken as 1. The slope is made up of cohesive frictional soil and it is an infinite slope. Hence, factor of safety would be given by the formula factor of safety equals to C plus gamma Z cos square I multiplied by tan phi divided by gamma Z cos I sin I. Here I is the inclination of the slope, phi is the angle of internal friction. Gamma would be the unit weight which is given here in dry stage. C is cohesion. Since critical height is mentioned as 5 meter, Z would be equal to 5 meter and factor of safety will be equal to 1. So let us substitute the values. Thus the equation becomes factor of safety 1 equals to 20 plus 16 multiplied by 5 multiplied by cos square 40 multiplied by tan phi divided by 16 into 5 cos 40 multiplied by sin 40. Solving this, we will be getting value of phi. So let us solve this. After rearranging the terms, this denominator would come on the other side. So it will be multiplied with this factor of safety 1. So the left hand side of the equation becomes 1 into 16 into 5 multiplied by cos 40 into sin 40. The RHS will be 20 plus 16 into 5 cos square 40 multiplied by tan phi. Simplifying this, solving this, tan phi is equal to 39.39 minus 20 divided by 46.95. So tan inverse of this value would be 22.44 degree. So our answer is 22.44 degree. The next question is, the soil profile above the rock surface at 25 degree infinite slope is shown in the figure, where SU is undrained shear strength and gamma T is total unit weight. The slip will occur at a depth of, 4 options are given: A 8.83 meter, B 9.79 meter, C 7.83 meter, D 6.53 meter. In this problem, slope given is an infinite slope. There are 2 types of soils mentioned, soil A and soil B. Soil A has unit weight 16 kN per cubic meter and undrained shear strength 40 kN per meter square. Depth of this layer of soil is 5 meter. Soil B has unit weight 20 kN per cubic meter. Its undrained shear strength is 60 kN per meter square. Its depth is also 5 meter. We want to find out depth of the slip surface from the top ground surface where the slope will fail. So let us first find out whether this interface of soil A and soil B, will it be the plane of failure? So first we have to find out shear stress acting along this plane. Then once we get shear stress acting along this plane, that value will be compared with the undrained shear strength of the soil. If value of shear stress acting tangential to this plane exceeds 40 kN per meter square, this can be treated as its probable slip surface. Okay, so let us check it out. For which factor of safety would be considered as 1. That means wherever shear stress would exceed or would be equal to shear strength, that surface would be taken as slip surface. Here we will say shear stress tau should be equal to gamma z1 cos I sin I. This is related to soil A. So tau equals to gamma is 16 multiplied by depth of this layer, it is 5 meter. So 5 multiplied by slope angle is 25 degrees. So cos 25 multiplied by sin 25. Solving this, whatever value of shear stress we will be getting, that will be compared with the shear strength of the soil A. Okay, let us find out the tau. It comes out to be 30.64 kilonewton per meter square. This is the shear stress which is acting along this interface. But the shear strength of the soil type A is 40 kilonewton per meter square and type B is 60 kilonewton per meter square. Both these shear strengths are greater than 30.64. The stresses acting along the plane. Hence, here the soil will not fail. So let us find out that depth at which shear strength, that is 60 kilonewton per meter square. This is a maximum undrained shear strength. So let us find out that depth where this maximum shear strength would be exceeded or would be equal to this. For which we have to consider any point below this interface of the soil. So let us consider this point at depth Z2. Okay, now the maximum shear stress should be equal to 60 kilonewton per meter square. So tau should be greater than or equal to 60 kilonewton per meter square. Hence, first unit weight, that means unit weight of soil A, would be written as gamma 1 multiplied by depth of the first layer, that is 5. So gamma 1 into 5 multiplied by cos I, that is cos 25, multiplied by sin I, that is sin 25. This is the shear stress due to soil A. Plus, we have soil type B, for which gamma 2 multiplied by Z2 multiplied by cos 25 sin 25, and this should be greater than or equal to 60 kilonewton per meter square. So in this equation, what is Z2? Z2 is any point which we have considered below the interface of these two soils, at which we are assuming there is probable slip surface. After substituting the values of unit weights for soil type 1 and soil type 2, after solving this equation, we will be getting 30.64 plus 7.66 Z2, which is equal to 60. Solving this equation, we will be getting value of Z2. So let us get the value of Z2. Z2 comes out to be 3.83 meter. Now this is the depth of the slip surface from the interface of these two types of soils. So basically this is 3.83, but from the top ground surface depth will be 5 plus 3.83. Hence, total depth would be 8.83. So let us write down the total depth. After calculation, the total depth comes out to be 5 plus 3.83, that is 8.83 meter from the top ground surface. Thus, option A is correct for this question.